Greetings, members, one and all of the Salivation Nation. If you don't adjust your camera, don't adjust your screens, you are looking at a helmet. That's right. The one and the only stacking Stormtrooper is here with us on a limited connection on my end. So if there's any intermittent problems, I'm having to tether to my phone. My internet is out. But hopefully you can see him through the miracle of his connection anyway, coming through anyway. But we'll see here. But we're doing, oops, I've got to actually mute. That's the problem. YouTube, they've changed their settings, so I can't start it out. I have to mute after it goes live. But anyways, we're honored to have the Stacking Stormtrooper here with us. And hope you guys can see him and hear me. And you'll hear from him here soon, too. This is part of a series that I am launching, essentially, where I interview your YouTube channels that if you've been on for 6 months or more and are pretty active in the community and interact in the community of the silver stacking community, then you're more than welcome to shoot me an email at salivatemetal@gmail.com. I already have a couple of requests already. So we've got some in the pike. But here's another thing, too, to think about is that make sure you know how to connect like Stacking Stormtrooper knows.
That's all right. It's a mouthful. A lot of them just cut it down to Stormy, so you could do that too if that.
Well, I don't want to say Stormy because that reminds me of you. You're like a hooker, like
I know.
No, I call you the Trooper, like an Iron Maiden thing.
You could call me the Trooper. That works too. Whatever works.
So, anyways, without further ado, welcome, Stacking Stormtrooper.
Thanks so much.
And the first question is we're gonna do a deep dive into your in utero moment. Okay. So tell me what you were thinking about the second trimester and what was going through your mind at that time. Let's dig deep into psychology.
I was wondering if I would be able to get out of there wearing this helmet. I knew that things could get kind of tricky and tough to maneuver around. Luckily, everybody made it okay. My head is a little misshapen, but I was able to survive.
All right. Very good. Yeah. Nice. All right. Well, in all seriousness, what got you into precious metals? And
sure.
Yeah.
So I would say, man, I kind of forget. It was probably like 3 or 4 years ago, I would say. My grandfather, when he passed away, my mother settled his estate, and then she had some silver rounds that she got. She gave half of them to my sister, half to myself. And, I just took them. They looked like they were in just those regular government mint tubes. I put them in a closet somewhere and didn't think anything of them. And then one day I was doing a closet clean out and I saw them there. I said, I should look at these, see what they are. And I opened them up and I didn't understand what they were in terms of like the subject matter on them. They were kind of religious in terms of subject matter on them. And I started doing some research and started looking into silver and the value of silver, et cetera. And then, once you start going on YouTube, you kind of start going down the rabbit hole. And, I stumbled across your channel. I stumbled across a couple other channels. I think, Gold Silver with Mike Maloney. I stumbled across that channel and a few others. And I started kind of getting real interested in it. And, I decided to take those silver rounds. Kind of made a few rookie mistakes along the way. Took those silver rounds and I kind of traded them in for silver eagles. So I kind of took a hit in terms of the amount of ounces I had, but I converted them into eagles. Hindsight's 2020. I wish I kind of just kept them and then just added to the stack, but I actually wasn't planning on stacking. I was just planning on converting those into eagles and just hanging on to them. But then I don't know, something just kind of clicked with me and I just have been stacking ever since. And actually in the mid 2000s too, I forget, I must've been up late one night or something. And I saw a commercial for, buying gold or whatever. And, I think, I told you about this company out in, California. It's called, California Numismatics.
Yes.
And they seem to have the cheapest deals, in terms of prices, better than, JM, SD, Provident. I feel like they have the best prices, but the worst turnaround. But I bought some gold then too. But yeah, so I mean, it's basically just it was something out of curiosity, and then I just kind of got hooked.
Right. That's awesome. That's great. And you actually outline all of this in a video, I believe, on your channel. And by the way, I just posted a link to the second Stormtrooper's channel in the description of this video. So definitely encourage you guys, if you haven't subscribed to him yet, to do so. And I'm actually trying to find a way to get back into this thing, but
That's all
yes,
right.
indeed, it's definitely fascinating to hear the story, how people have got their start in precious metals, and how you went down that rabbit hole and kind of discovered the community here on YouTube. And really is kind of a community here. I've noticed as you have worked your way through the community, you've really developed some good relationships, and both ones of kind of friendly ribbing, as well as
Oh yeah.
just good natured fun, and but just a lot of learning and a lot of interaction. I think that's great. You've really fit in well here for
Thank you.
sure.
Yeah, and you know and to add to that too, I always was kind of like a lurker, as you would call it. I actually had a YouTube account under a different alias. I never commented on people's videos. I would just consume them. I would just watch them. I never paid attention to the live streams. And then I think one day I either saw like your channel was live streaming, and I just hopped in there and I saw some chats and everything. And because I wanted to keep my name anonymous, I ended up closing down my account, started this one when my friends convinced me to start a channel. And then that's kind of when I started to interact with people, and I saw how it adds like a completely different dimension to this entire hobby and this way of life, so to speak. And you know, you do start seeing the same people in the same channels, and you know, it is a really good close knit community for sure.
Yes, it really is. I mean, it's amazing the amount of folks. You know, I think the community as a whole is growing. I think those who are getting interested and finding their way on this platform, I think it's what is quite is so unique about it. But you know, you mentioned about eagles and the things. Is there any other favorites or any other types of silver and gold that you've accumulated that you really like?
Yeah, so it's kind of funny. There's a newer guy in the community. His name is Precious Metals Updates. He's got about, I would say, 150, 160 subscribers.
Oh yeah,
And he was
good
trying
guy.
to, yeah, and he was ribbing me a little bit in a recent video, me and Novus. He's trying to put some extra gasoline on the flames there.
I saw
But
that video. Yeah,
yeah, so he was saying something that was actually really, it was true. He was like, dude, he's like, your videos, you don't have a whole lot with precious metals. When are you going to do some stuff that's not just Star Wars? And that's actually a thought that I had about 2 weeks ago. I was scrolling through all of my thumbnails, and I saw that a lot of just the thumbnails and the design of them didn't have anything to do with precious metals. So I started to you know, the videos that I'm going to be making going forward, I'm going to make sure that I try to angle it even further towards the precious metal side of this hobby and everything. But in terms of so coins that I like, I'll be doing a full stack video. I'll probably film it tomorrow. I'll probably post it soon.
nice.
It's not going to compete anywhere with International Stacker's full
Oh yeah,
stack.
he's amazing.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's insane. Or Yankee and his cannon, or you and your all of your different videos that you've been posting with your coins. But I would say, so to answer your question, I tend to ramble. So to answer your question, my favorite, I would say my favorite silver coins that I have, and it's not even coins, it's rounds, I would say are the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse that Provident Metal did.
Yes.
I just thought that those were really cool. Just the subject matter, I thought that they were just awesome. And then they culminated the entire series at the end with a 10-ounce bar, which they still
Yes.
sell. So I bought
Right.
that. In terms of gold, my favorite, I guess I actually don't have it with me. It's upstairs, hidden away. But I have a double eagle. I also have some regular 1-ounce gold eagles. I don't necessarily have a favorite gold coin per se. I told you previously I would love to get myself a buffalo.
Yes. Yes.
So that's something that I definitely want to acquire. But I don't necessarily have like a favorite gold coin that I have.
Right. That's cool. Well, what about any of the Star Wars offerings by the Perth Mint?
So you know, I did a recent video talking about those. I like, I I was disappointed that they did 2 Darth Vader designs. So they have 4
Yeah.
right now in the series. They did a Darth Vader that he's just kind of standing on the side, just hanging out. Then they did the Stormtrooper, which I thought was great. But then they did the other Darth Vader, which actually tonight I'll be giving away as one of my grand prizes for a giveaway, with the lightsaber drawn. And I couldn't understand for the life of me why they would do back to back or close in timing 2 Darth Vaders. And then they did a Clone Trooper, which I was definitely disappointed by.
Right.
So I'm kind of mixed on that series, to be honest with you. I'm hoping that they come out with something a little bit better for the next one, maybe like a Boba Fett or something.
I kind of am too, and it's not even so much of it's the stylization. I kind of see where they're going with that. Everybody like the Marvel series, I
Yes.
think is great, but I think they should have kept with the detail and make it a more 3D rather than that 2D flat.
I completely agree. The Clone Trooper just looked goofy. His arm back, and it looks like the similar pose to one of the Marvel ones.
Yeah,
I didn't buy any of those Marvel coins.
I
I don't
didn't
know
either.
no, yeah, the premium on them is a little too much. I mean, I like Marvel and all, but not enough to buy the coins. Did you buy the Star Wars ones yourself or no?
No, I didn't get those, but I have to take a moment for Barbara and others who've been hounding me to slurp. I've been trying to be polite.
Do it. Go ahead, slurp away.
All right, there we go. All right. Anyways, okay. So very good. So there's some pieces you like, and yes, I do. The Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse, and but as far as stacking, it's Eagles, and and do you have any bars or anything like that as well, or?
I have so I've got the 10-ounce Provident Horseman of the Apocalypse bar. I've got just like a generic like Sunshine bar.
Right.
And then I have a few just like 1-ounce generic bars. I really am not big on bars. I do have those bar coins,
Right.
like a couple of those.
The dragon one, yeah.
Yeah, the dragon one and the one with the nasty thumbprint on the face. I got that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I saw how you were annoyed that you did your own thumbprint on your own coin.
Yeah.
But no, I'm not actually a big bars guy.
Right.
How about yourself? Do you?
Yeah, I've got some bars too. I've got some. I was on a bar kick for a while. This is a long time ago, and I really liked the extruded Engelhard bars, and so my LCS had those, and I got those. But really, I've gotten a couple like the Geigers. I was on a Geiger bar kick for a while, but
okay.
I've essentially kind of moved. Any silver I get, it's just pieces. I have to really like it.
Yeah.
And usually it's going to be rounds or coins. But I'm basically trying to focus more on gold.
Now, I was about to actually just ask you that. I was going to say more bullish for one metal over the other. And are you currently right now looking to buy more gold, especially with the prices as low as they have been?
Yes, definitely. And in fact, I actually made a purchase. It's not here yet. And I've got another one that's that I've had on layaway for a while. And that video hopefully will be coming out tomorrow, I'm hoping. But yes, so it's all good. And everybody has their own strategies and things. And that's the beauty of precious metals. There are so many different types and ways to accumulate them.
Sure.
And but you consider yourself a stacker and a prepper.
Yes.
And a Star Wars fanatic.
And a Star Wars fanatic, indeed, I am. It's funny too because, again, the channel that I have is mainly focused, in my opinion, anyway, on the stacking aspect of everything, and that's always going to be my primary focus. I haven't even dived into any of the other Star Wars channels. I mean, there's so many. And in terms of just to gain subscribers, I know that I could probably, head over there and start, networking in those circles and start picking up numbers that way. But again, the whole thing was that my passion was for the precious metals, and the whole Star Wars aspect of my channel was a way to allow me to stay anonymous and to kind of also be a little bit different. And to set myself aside from the majority of the channels that are out there.
Right.
Because you mentioned how it looks like the community is growing, and I fully agree. I think it's actually very saturated. And so I was kind of asking myself, okay, well, what am I going to do to make myself different?
Right.
You know, I'm not a pourer. I'm not like a big numbers guy. So I had to kind of come up with something that would differentiate myself.
Well, I think it's a
Um,
very clever way. And not only that, but I think you could use it as an evangelical tool on the Star Wars channels. You know, you could still network over there.
of
I
course,
mean,
yeah.
you're the, you know, if you look at your thumbnails I would say it's more Star Wars. If I was to see your channel just out of the blue, I would think Star Wars first before I
Sure,
think about stacking. So
of course.
you could probably introduce a lot of them to silver, and specifically that's the series of coins if they're interested in that kind of thing, and maybe even some of them may start to do videos. You know, it's just I think it's a great opportunity, and it could actually help grow your channel.
And not just my channel too, but if I'm able to start converting some of those Star Wars people over into our community, then it's like
Yes.
then a bunch of us could, you know, benefit from those new viewers. So that's definitely a game plan further down the road for sure.
Right.
You know, right now I kind of want to crack 1,000, as you know,
Yep.
in our community, and then I feel like that would make me appear a bit more legitimate to those bigger Star Wars channels. I mean, those channels, they have hundreds of thousands, if not millions of subscribers, some of them.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's amazing how popular that community is, and there's so many other communities. You know, really, when you think about it, in terms of other genres here on YouTube, we're a very, very small drop in the bucket compared to
Oh,
compared to.
big, totally. And like I said to you before, I view you as our biggest channel in the community. You said that there's channels that are bigger than
Oh yeah,
yourself,
I mean, there's. But I think
but
you
which
appreciate
ones?
that saying that. But yeah, I'm not even. I don't know. I don't consider myself as influential as some think, but you know, but it's all good. Uh,
Well, which channels do you feel are bigger than yours? And you can't, and don't say like a Mike Maloney, because I don't place him in the same bucket as us.
well, I think
Um,
there's JB Coins. He's got like 40 some thousand subscribers. There's let me see. There's Silver Fortune. He doesn't have as many subscribers, but gets a lot more views.
uh,
Truth Never Told. Well, I don't really consider him a part of the community either because he's kind of more of a. I don't know. I consider
yeah,
him,
I
but
can't really fully understand what his angle is. It's like
yeah,
I've watched it before. I've watched his channel. I had subbed to his channel. It's for me, it's kind of hard to kind of make out what his actual angle is.
yeah. Overpaid taxpayers, another one that Mike Subscribe mentioned. But yeah, but there's others that are couch collectibles. Yeah, collectibles.
Yeah,
Half dollar
yeah.
make you holler. I mean, those are more. I
Yeah, but those are coin roll hunters,
Yeah,
and you know, I'm talking like stacking purists. I view yours as the largest, in my
yeah.
opinion. That's just me.
Yeah, you know, I appreciate it. I appreciate that. But anyways, but to me, it's about um, you know, it's just about. I think it's about community and it's about education. It's about fun, and I certainly think that your channel, my channel, and other channels out there, kind of envelope that. And I think it is a small enough community that no matter, even if people consider me a larger channel, I like to kind of interact with people no matter whether they have a channel or not, or small subs or not, that type of thing. So,
Right.
but yeah, yeah, definitely fun stuff.
So let me ask
Uh,
you, yeah, go ahead.
well, I just wanted to say hello to the people on the chat side. I'm sorry if I'm not responding to you guys specifically. We are going to take questions from you here in a moment
Mhm.
after we have a small discussion here. And when we do, I'm going to give you some special characters to type before your questions so that we can have it stand out from the rest. But anyways, go ahead, Stack and Stormtrooper.
I was going to ask you, what's your favorite Star Wars movie?
You know, that's tough. Man,
And
I don't.
if it's been too long, or you don't really know enough about it to really make a decision, don't, you know.
A part of me almost thinks maybe, you know, it's those early movies were the 4, 5, and 6 were really good in their own way, and I almost kind of gravitate back towards those.
You're
But
talking about the originals.
yeah, the originals.
Yep.
Yeah, the originals. Episode 4, 5, and 6,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
which was A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi.
Yep.
But I'm telling you what, Rogue One was really good.
I agree.
I liked Rogue One a lot. That may be really close to those. I liked Solo. Some people didn't like Solo, but I thought it was good.
It sounds like your movie ranking is very similar to mine.
Oh, okay. Well, cool. And even though I don't know as much about it, but that's good to hear. That's awesome. Well, cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, and I was going to ask you, when did you start stacking, and what got you into stacking yourself?
Well, I started really more into kind of coin collecting back when my grandfather gave me a very cleaned 1906 Indian head cent.
Okay.
And I thought, wow, this is different. It's old. It's kind of unique and different. Then I started seeing other coins, and oh, this is silver. Oh, what's silver? Silver is valuable. It's not using coins anymore. And then I got my first Engelhard 1 ounce bar. I'll never forget that. And I was like, wow, I have a bar of silver. And then from there, I just kind of I worked my way into getting a couple more coins and the silver eagles and different styles and types, and it just kind of grew from there. And I was a lurker like you back in what I call the first generation of the silver community on YouTube, silver and gold community. And that was around 2008, 2009 when the crisis hit and people were starting to talk about silver. And it was a much different community back then. There was much less channels out there. And but I was watching from that point, and then I decided, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and do it, because then I saw the second generation start to hit. More people were coming into it around 2011, 2012. And that was the time when I decided, you know what, I'm going to jump in this too. Other people are doing it. And like you, I kind of wanted to kind of protect the identity, and so I tried to find a way to do that and try to make it work. So I popped in beginning of January 2013, or the end of January 2013, and been going ever since. So yeah, I appreciate you asking that.
That's awesome. Yeah, 2008, or 2007, around there is when I bought like a handful of gold, like 4 or 5 ounces. And then I didn't look back, but I'm curious to see what's going to happen once we hit this next recession. I mean, it's looming.
Yeah,
what?
I think it is too. Yeah.
Like what has been like 11, 12 years now, you know?
They say recessions happen about on average between once every 9 years. So we're overdue for one.
Yeah. I'm just hoping it's not as awful as the Great Recession of 2008, because that actually that hit me personally. I actually ended up losing. I lost my job.
I did too. Yep.
Yeah, it was brutal. You know, I had a nice salary and lost my job, and then the company I was with ended up getting bought by a competitor, so they were doing just a lot of layoffs. And then I had to reinvent myself and switched careers completely. But you know, you
turn to the dark side.
I turned to the dark side. You know, I'm mopping up the Death Star, but you know, Stormtrooper's got to eat too. Do what he got to do.
Exactly. Finn was a Stormtrooper, right?
Finn was a Stormtrooper, but he turned good. I'm impressed with you. That's right. He was a bad guy, and he saw the good. What was I going to ask you too? Oh yeah, did you want to say anything about the March to 1,000 challenge? You were thinking of possibly.
Oh yes. The March to 1,000 challenge. I was tagged in that challenge. Definitely subscribe to the Stacking Stormtrooper and to see that video where it talks about it. But since my internet connectivity is a bit limited here, I'm not going to turn my camera on and take up more bandwidth because I think that we want to focus on Stacking Stormtrooper anyway. But I would say I thought about it, and you know, it's tough. I can't really say what my favorite coins are because there's just so many nice designs out there. But I'm going to have to go with some of the classics. And the number one would have to be, since I don't actually have the original, it's going to have to be the restrike of the 2000 well, actually it isn't a restrike, it's a different year. This is the 2009 ultra high relief gold eagle by the U.S. Mint.
Okay.
And it is just an awesome gold coin, ultra high relief, and it's the $20 St. Gaudens design.
Have you done
And
a video on that one?
yes, there's several videos where I showcase it, but I need to actually do a video that shows the whole story, and that's a video I've been wanting to do for quite a while. I just have to get some photos where I took, because I saw it unveiled actually at the Baltimore Coin Show in 2008 with the mint director. Where I actually got to meet then. But fascinating story behind the coin. So that's probably going to be number one. And I think you said 3 coins, or was there?
I said you could do as little as much as you want, just whatever your favorite piece or pieces happen to be.
I've got 753. Do you have time?
I have as much time as you would like, man. I'm here for you.
Anyways, as number 2 will probably have to be the $10 gold eagles. Augusta St. Gaudens design did as well. It's a beautifully designed coin, and people mistakenly call it an Indian head. Technically, it's a Liberty head with an Indian headdress.
I gotta see it.
Yeah, it's a beautiful coin. And then probably number 3 might have to be the Morgan dollar.
Yeah, that's a good coin for sure.
Yeah. I know those are classic designs that I just kind of go back to. That there's a lot of good, people say that people say often, like, none of the modern designs are any good, but there's a lot of good modern designs out there too. There's so much to choose from.
Sure.
And and there's a lot of bad to shift through to get to the good. But at least there is some good designs, and it's hard to really sift out and think of what
I know
design. Yeah,
I know, because that's the whole thing. Variety allows you to kind of pick and choose what you like. It's definitely difficult when people ask me, what's your favorite music to listen to, or what's your favorite movie. It's really hard to say because it depends on what you're in the mood for.
That's right.
Before you tag the 3 people, should I tell them basically what they need to do?
Yes.
In order to, okay.
Yes.
So everybody that's in the room right now, basically how this came about is I wanted to put a challenge that was out there that would allow for the community to showcase what their favorite item or items in their stacks were. And, there's been the coin licking challenge. There was the tag challenge where you would talk about your favorite video on your channel and then tag 3 others. So this was basically a thing that I thought of that could allow everybody to showcase what their prized possession is, tag 3 channels, and then hopefully win something at the end of it. So how it works is like this. So Sal is going to tag 3 of you during this live stream to make a video of your favorite item in your stack. All you need to do is make sure you're subscribed to my channel, take your finished video and post that URL into my channel. You'll see the March to 1000 challenge. That's all you need to do. There's already been a handful of people that have finished this mission. And once my channel hits 1000, the challenge is over. And then I will choose 10 people who finished the challenge to be entered into the drawing. And then during my 1000 subscriber celebration, one person will win a 1/10 ounce gold coin. So,
the person I thought of that who I would tag, the first person I thought of who wanted to tag just told me not to tag him.
Who,
and
Terry?
This guy is
God.
No. Yeah. Because this person has a great appreciation for great coin design. So he was the first person. He said don't tag him. So I'm gonna go and tag Seduced by Silver.
Oh, there. All right, Seduced by Silver.
Yes.
So you've officially been tagged.
She's got some great appreciation for coin design too, and especially coins that she's not like. I think she got a Mercury diamond. She loved the Mercury diamond, but there's a lot of. I think she would do very well because I think she'll have a very thoughtful video about what she likes, since she's somewhat of a newer collector too. So that, and then the Stacking Nerd.
Stacking Nerd, a great choice. Actually, I was thinking of tagging her myself tonight, but you took it. Okay.
She's got a lot of cool coins, and especially some of the modern stuff that she's gotten. And with her posting the deals of different coins and stuff like that, she may have had looked over, seen a lot of different options pop up there, and then Guido stacking.
Oh, he's been tagged already.
Oh, he's been tagged already. Okay, never mind.
I tagged him. He was one of the original 8 that I tagged.
Oh, okay,
Pick
all right.
again. Pick again.
But we can't pick Terry Rabideau because she doesn't have any videos, or else I would pick Terry. And so how about the silver stacking capybara? How about
you? Good old Cappy. Okay.
Cappy, yes, indeed. Here's a slurp for Cappy and a slurp for Barbara, who doesn't have a channel either, but I also would tag Barbara. I'll slurper. I'm the ultimate usurper, usurper. Right. All right.
So stacking nerd, seduced by silver, and silver stacking capybara, you've been officially tagged by Sal. So make sure you guys make your videos saying that you've been tagged for the March to 1000 challenge. Film your favorite pieces, put your finished videos in my March to 1000 pinned comment, and you'll be entered for the drawing. Those are good choices, and I like that you picked stacking nerd, because I feel like she does a service for the community.
Oh yeah, she sure does. She's awesome.
I mean, the amount of time she saves everybody by hunting those deals.
Oh yeah.
I need to do a better job myself for shopping on eBay. Do you ever buy your precious metals off of eBay?
Yes, I do. I from legitimate dealers that have eBay stores. I will do that. But see, the thing is I sometimes look. I'll check Stacking Nerd's video if I'm near a purchase, but it's got to be something I like. I'll spend the extra if it's something I like. And if it's not on sale, I just, you know what I mean? I mean, I have gotten just straight bullion before, but it's just kind of boring just to get, if it's like a bar, like just a simple bar. Mm-hmm. Some of those are kind of, I do have some bars, but I might get some other bars. But for gold, I like to get the 1 ounce, or I like to get the coins, the government issued coins. But
and then and you take advantage of the eBay bucks and everything?
No, I don't, because a lot of them are on the bullion side. Sometimes you can find them on the other side, but I never get the 10-time eBay bucks. I guess I never earn enough of them to do it. I really don't keep up with all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of feeling the same way, because Main Squeeze tells me about the eBay bucks. You hear Stacking Nerd talking about it in her videos. Guido Stacking was telling me, he and I talk actually pretty much every day. He was telling me what's that?
Who'd you say you talk to every day?
Oh, so Guido Stacking and
Guido, Guido, cool.
Yeah, we talk pretty much on a daily basis, and he was telling me that I got to get into the eBay bucks and everything. But you know what? There's I feel like only so much information that this helmet can hold, and so I usually buy everything through Provident.
Right.
And so they're fairly good when they're not marking everything up. So you officially laid down the gauntlet. So Sal, again, after this video wraps up, you're just going to paste your URL and post it into my March to 1000 pinned comment, and then you'll be entered to win. I'm actually going to pick one person as well that happens to be in the chat.
All right.
So this person has been a relatively long-time supporter of my channel. So I am actually going to officially challenge PDX Brewer. So PDX Brewer, you have been tagged. So you better go and make your video, my friend. So there's that. So 4 great picks this evening, I must say.
Right, very good. All right.
Now, Sal, I don't know what you've got going on tonight. You're saying that your internet is kind of lousy, but do you think you're going to be watching the battle between Novus and myself?
I'm going to try.
Not to put you on the spot or anything.
Oh yeah, no, I'm going to try to get on there. And I got some other things to kind of catch up with too, but I'm going to try to at least watch part of it for sure. Yeah.
Oh man.
Definitely. And by the way, speaking of which, I want to go ahead, if you're okay with it, go ahead and take some questions from the folks, and then if we have time after that, we might try to call a scammer or 9.
Yeah, absolutely. Real quick, before you go ahead with taking questions, I just want to mention to everybody that's in here right now that because I broke 500 subscribers today, I will actually be doing a giveaway on my channel this evening as well. So amidst all the chaos and the mudslinging between Novus and myself, I will also be doing the giveaway, and I think he's intending on doing a sponsored giveaway too. So everybody wants to definitely tune in for that. Yeah, for sure.
Awesome.
All right, go ahead, Sal.
All right. To ask a question, put 4 colons in front of it. I wish Colonic Stacker was here. He'd get a kick out of that.
So let's see. Yeah, anybody have any questions for Sal?
Yeah. Oops. You know what? Hold on a second here. So put 4 calls. I can't take the scammer call because it's on my phone. I'll lose connection. A scammer just tried to call me. I had to decline the call or sort of break my internet.
Scammers.
Yeah. So anyways, 4 colons and then your question. So, all right, Donald, New Mexico has got a question. Stormy, what color is your hair?
It is brown and very much graying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's graying for sure. And if I don't put any hair product in my hair, it really starts to look gray.
Okay, all right. All right, a spectacular. Who wins in a fight, Jar Jar or some dirt?
I'm gonna have to go with dirt. Absolutely dirt. Jar Jar's
maybe dirt. Yeah, I agree with you about Jar Jar.
Oh my God.
Tricky guy, how much does it stink in that helmet?
It doesn't stink at all, actually, Tricky guy. I keep my stuff pristine. If you've been watching my videos, you can see that I'm a little bit fanatical about everything being really nice and pristine and clean. So it smells nice in here.
Very good. All right. Juan Ortiz, are you a Jedi under there?
I am not, Juan. Unfortunately, I do not have the power.
Creekside Cubing, top 3 favorite kinds of constitutional silver.
Is that for you or for me?
That's for you.
Top 3 kinds of constitutional silver, I would have to go with the Mercury dime. Then I would have to go with the Roosevelt dime. And then I would have to go with a George Washington quarter. And the reason that those 3 are my favorites is because they're just smaller denomination. I like the smaller fractional silver in case of an SHTF situation.
Yes, agree, definitely. All right. Nova Stacker, is that bucket comfortable?
It's very comfortable. If you want, if I ever come down to West Palm Beach, you and I will go shopping for one, but we'll have to get you one that's like triple XL to fit that fro of yours inside.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's right. Seduced by Silver, are you worried about copyright laws as you get to be a larger channel?
Yeah, so in terms of copyright, copyright typically really only applies to music.
Trademark.
And yeah, so I think she's meaning the trademark. So, you know, there's actually a channel that I recommend to some of you that might have any sort of fear about this for your own channels. There's a guy named, oh man, I'm like having a hard time right now. Ian, I'll pull it up right now. Hold on, bear with me. But in terms of fear, because like when I saw everything that was happening with Silver Baggins with his channel,
yeah,
I was thinking about this, and I was actually thinking about trademarking the name Stacking Stormtrooper.
Right.
The thing too with Stormtrooper, where it gets a little murky, is that in World War I, Stormtrooper was a term that was used for the German soldiers.
Right.
So I feel that it's kind of hard for, you know, the word Stormtrooper is trademarked by Lucasfilms, but I've seen dead trademarked names that were 2 names that said something Stormtrooper. And so I would have to actually consult a lawyer, which can be fairly expensive. They could run upwards of like $600 or so. But you know what? If for some reason, if my channel grows, and if for some reason Lucasfilms or Disney, you know, happens to see this channel and they come after me, then I'll just change like Silver Baggins did. I would probably end up being called Silver Trooper or sorry, Stacking Trooper. You know, and here I'm just going to show this, Sal, too, real quick to answer that question. This is, you know, my channel sticker, and I've already changed this logo. A lot of you may have seen in my videos, I've already changed it because this helmet is a trademarked image, as is this cog symbol. The concern I also have, Sal, and I'm sorry that I'm rambling about this, but it does have a lot of ramifications for my channel, is this thing behind me. You know, all of my videos basically have this image behind me in my videos.
Right.
So if for some reason somebody comes after me, I think what I would end up having to do is go into every single video and maybe blur that out. I'm not entirely sure, but I would have to kind of cross that bridge when the time comes. But the channel is Ian Corzine. So any of you are interested in looking into that for your own channels, check out Ian Corzine's channel for sure.
All right.
Sorry, Sal, that was long.
No, that's right. The good answer. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. All right. Asol Monty. Does the carpet match the drapes?
I'm not gonna get into that.
Well, you just gotta look down. Do you have carpet on the floor?
No, it's hardwood.
Hardwood. Okay. And what color are your drapes on your windows?
White. So they don't match.
Is the floor white?
Nope.
Okay, so they don't match. So that answers that question.
Non-matching.
He just assumes you had carpet. Let's see. Terry Rabbidoo wants to know why you stacking Stormtrooper won't give her a wrench.
Because Terry, as much as I like you, there have been times, especially when I was starting out on here, I was kind of nervous about streaming live. You know, I'm getting a lot more comfortable with doing it for sure, but the first few times that I was streaming live, I was a nervous wreck. And you were joking around a lot, saying that I was having technical issues and this was happening.
All the time, yeah.
But dude, for a newbie, it was really throwing me off.
Oh yeah, I hear you. Yeah.
So Terry, if you ever want a wrench from me, you're really gonna have to work for it and prove to me that you're not gonna mess with me and that you've got my best interests at heart.
And I'll give her a wrench if she agrees to come on live with me.
You know, I've been trying to go after her and Barbara.
Yeah, Barbara's been on live. She was on oh shoot, Southside's lives a couple of times.
Was she really? Oh, is that so, Barbara Carbone?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's see here. South Boston Gear. Are coin roll hunts a scam?
I would say you take that question.
I've heard some stories about it where people like set up, you know, these rolls, because you can actually very easily unroll and put stuff in there. Where there's people been accused, but I guess there's really no real way to tell that. So I wouldn't go there per se, because you're basically challenging the integrity of those big coin roll hunt channels. And unless you have actual proof, because I guarantee you, if they have a way to do it, they're going to cover themselves. Because what they do is they do these coin roll hunts, and then if they get silver, there's something about they take in money for, you know, if they find a silver, you win that silver or what have you, or don't. So I don't know. It's basically they take donations and you get entered into a drawing. I don't know exactly how it works. I've only seen a couple little bits and pieces of it. People do it differently on different ones, but some people in that process, anytime there's money involved and things like that, people question sometimes, and some people question it. So I think that's what that's referring to. But
you know, and I also think too, the amount of time that a channel would have to put into doing that, to have to roll up those coins. You know, I don't know. I mean, maybe they could just take rolled up coins already and put enders on them, or do a few and stick them in there. But I mean, it just doesn't seem like the time to. I mean, the time that they are putting in. You know, like you look at like. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say that at that end, you know, and people who do work hard just at keeping up with everybody who's in the stream, and people who make guesses or submit, or, you know, what have you. There's a lot that goes into it. I mean, that's a lot to keep up with all live while you're doing this stuff. So it's not just the coin roll. That in and of itself is time consuming for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. All
right. Silver Sharky, Arkansas or Alaska? Don't know what that means.
I don't either. Which one? Which state should the Death Star zap? I guess Arkansas.
All right. Lucky Coin Hunter. Why does Stormtrooper always lose in the movies? If that's the case, why do you pick Stormtrooper for your mask when I pick a winner set of a loser?
Stormtroopers look awesome, in my opinion.
There you go.
Highly recognizable and very cool, in my opinion.
All right, there you go. All right. It's a stacking nerd. If you could buy a 1-ounce gold Jar Jar Binks coin at a half of spot, or a 1-ounce gold Stormtrooper coin 4 spot plus 500, which would you choose? Good question.
Nasty. I'm glad I got my helmet.
Yeah, I'm glad you got your helmet on. To the internet. I didn't cover my mouth, by the way, either on that one.
Oh man, your screen is probably littered with snot. How far up was that question by her? Because I feel like I'm gonna need you to reread it.
Yeah, it's up a little bit. We're a little behind here. If you could buy a 1-ounce gold Jar Jar Binks coin,
no,
at half of spot,
or
a 1-ounce gold Stormtrooper coin for spot plus $500, which one would you choose?
I would do the Jar Jar Binks. It's gold.
There you
go. As much as I hate Jar Jar, I would still buy it.
There's your answer. All right. Let's see. Let's get a Storm. Okay.
What's
Storm,
funny, actually? Go ahead.
Storm, what's your favorite type of cheese? That's from Guido.
Guido, favorite cheese would probably be either Gouda or aged Manchego.
Oh,
how about that?
All right, very good.
Sophisticated.
South Boston Gear. Can I get 1,000 subs?
Sure, get them. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Subway's having a special. Yeah, steak and cheese, or do you want chicken subs? I don't know. Let's see. Let's see here. God bless you, Sal. Thank you. Let's see. Okay. Wait a minute here.
Chris Garner has a good question. Let's see. Donald in New Mexico says, Terry, you're going to pick on a gray-haired Stormtrooper. Okay. Chris Garner says, what's your opinion of the new direction of Star Wars? I'm going to try to keep this as brief as possible. I'm kind of excited for it, to be honest with you. As Sal was saying, the originals are fantastic. Those are my favorite too. The 3 that were the prequels were terrible. And then the ones that came after it were kind of mixed. But I think this latest one that's going to be coming out, Episode 9, Rise of Skywalker, it's being directed again by J.J. Abrams. So that's going to be
cool.
Yeah, he's going to do a good job with it. He's going to redeem the franchise and fix things. And then I don't know if anybody saw, there's going to be, I think for Disney's streaming service, it's going to be a show called The Mandalorian. I don't know if you happen to see this, Sal.
No.
It is directed by Jon Favreau. And I don't know if you know who Jon Favreau is, but no. I mean, Jon Favreau. If you just Google image search him, you would know immediately. He's a comedic actor. He's been in a ton of stuff with Vince Vaughn. He's directed he's directed the Iron Man movies.
Oh, nice.
And so he directed this show that basically takes place 5 years after Return of the Jedi on the outer rims of the galaxy. And it's all the point of view of a bounty hunter, kind of like Boba Fett.
Oh, nice.
And it's going to be like a Wild Wild West type of
and this is going to be a show on Netflix or something?
Yeah, no, I don't think on Netflix. I think that Disney is going to use it to make their big splash into a streaming service.
Cool. All right.
Yeah, so I definitely say check it out. So I'm excited. There's a lot that's going to be coming out with Disney and Star Wars.
Yeah, heck yeah. Very good. All right. Let's see here. Let's find a new question. Lucky Coin Hunter, Stormtrooper, why is your Nightbot on your channel so anal about timing me out?
Who asked that?
Lucky Coin Hunter.
Lucky Coin. I got rid of Nightbot. Everybody revolted last night. I had a Nightbot, Sal. I thought it would be fun. I spent a lot of time programming this thing, a whole bunch of like smack talk things to say to Novus and everything, and immediately everybody's like, get rid of it, we hate it. Yeah, so I got rid of it. I listened to the viewers. If it was making,
I never looked into a Nightbot. I don't even know. Yeah, but anyways, Spectacular, what can I do for a channel sticker?
Spectacular, email me your address. And the other thing too, Sal, right now, do I have control of the screen? I mean, I'm looking at this it looks like it's just on me. Do you mind if I screen share and show the audience real quick something?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, you can. You should be able to do that.
Yep, I just would have to
make sure you present it to everybody.
Yeah. Yep. Let me just pull up my website because I want to show everybody where to go to sign up for my newsletter, and just because it helps with my giveaways. I usually will send like hints out prior to the actual giveaway ensues.
Right.
So I'm just okay. So let me just do screen share. Give me 1 second, Sal. Thanks for bearing with me.
Oh, no problem. Yeah.
All right. Application window, stacking Stormtrooper website. Okay. So who asked that question again? Spectacular asked.
Yeah.
I think it was Spectacular. Okay. So Spectacular. Right now, you'd go to my website, stackingstormtrooper.com. You go over here to the contact and subscribe. And right here, right underneath subscribe and enlist today, just enter your email address, Spectacular, and just subscribe to my channel. Make sure you check your or subscribe to my newsletter. Yeah, and make sure that the verification email is not in your junk or spam. But then you'll start getting my newsletters. But just email me and give me your address, and I will happily send one out to you. Okay, that's all I got to say about that, Sal.
All right, very good. All right, Tricky Guy, can you get your stack and your Star Wars in one bug out bag? Ooh, good question.
No, there's no way. I do plan on doing a video down the line on my costume bin. It's massive. So yeah. Terry Rabidou says, Stormy, stop begging for subs. I'm not begging. I was just telling Spectacular where to go for the newsletter.
All right, Chris Gardner, what's your favorite stacking coin?
Stacking coin has got to be the American Silver Eagle.
Yes, definitely. I agree. All right. And again, if you want to ask him a question, type 4 or 5 colons in front so I can see it. Tricky Guy, have you ever figured out why the Stormtrooper helmet is shaped like that? What are the pretended uses of various bumps and features?
Good questions. In terms of the design of it, I'm wondering if because these here are Hovey mic tips. This is where the sound is supposed to be coming out of. Mine are just props. My sound will come out of my chest when I'm doing like a different like event. But yeah, so I don't know if that's just supposed to be like there's wires in there. I'm not entirely sure as to why the designers designed it in this way.
Right. All right. Very good. All right. Let's see here. I'm way behind. I'm going to kind of go down. Creekside Keeping, what's the latest deal you've taken advantage of during the spot dip?
Why don't you take that one, Sal?
Well, I made a purchase for a gold coin, but I really didn't save too much on it. I actually paid a pretty high premium on it, but I did buy it when it was a little bit lower. So I guess that would have to be, and you'll just have to see when that coin is unveiled and arrives. Keep a little surprise there, but let's see here. Okay.
I like the question Yankee asked.
Oh, did I miss a Yankee question?
No, it's towards the bottom here.
Okay. Let's see. Let me see if I can find any other somebody who hasn't asked yet. I think everybody.
Nova Stacker,
Buckethead. Why is you march so confusing? Can you explain it without dork talk?
Okay, so Novus, first of all, based on your grammar and your English and your spelling, I could see why it would be difficult for somebody as yourself to understand. Secondly, it's not difficult. Just film something that you're most proud of in your stack and tag 3 people, post your video in my challenge. That's it. Not complicated. Precious Metals Update says it's complicated. He also has a hard time talking. I think that English is his second language.
Yeah, all right. Yankee Stacking. What has been one thing your wife can appreciate about your stacking? Oh, good question.
Nothing.
Nothing.
She doesn't understand it. She doesn't like it. She doesn't. I've tried to show her and talk to her about the stack and what I have, and she just doesn't care.
Yep.
And I kind of want her to just know, like, God forbid, let's say I get hit by a bus tomorrow.
Right.
I just want her to know what we actually have, so she's at least educated.
Right.
Well,
that helmet will protect you, so you won't die from getting hit by a bus. You have to use some other analogy, like getting phased.
Zapped. Yeah.
PDX Brewer, what's your favorite coin info channel?
To be honest with you, my favorite coin info channel, I would say, are a couple from different angles. I like, and again, this isn't like to brownos, but Sal, I like your channel because you typically have a lot of current events tied in with your channel, which is a nice angle. I do from time to time watch Mike Maloney's only because even though some people would consider him to be somewhat of a pumper,
Yeah.
I do look at him because he looks at like economics,
Right.
and like at a macro level, and he really is digging deep into the different charts and what have you. So it kind of, I like that. And then I actually, I'd have to say those two channels right now. So Salivate Metal and Mike Maloney's in terms of like coin info, if that's the type of info you're talking about.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I definitely appreciate that, my friend. I wonder if he's thinking, because I do stuff on coins as well, actual coins like upcoming coins or some like I got a video coming very soon that actually does talking about the specifics of a particular coin. But yeah, definitely appreciate it. Let's see here. Where are we at now? All right, if you want to ask Stormy or the trooper a question, put 4 colons or 5 colons and in front of your questions. A Nova Stacker did it. Can you do 25 push-ups with that bucket on?
I could. Problem is, if I dip too low, I'd probably bang the face into the ground.
I'll do them in your stead then, Bob.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, work off those Oreos.
Yes, got to work off these Oreos. Let's hear. Does your bug? Let's hear. Do you think people like Novus and South Boston Gear are just trolls from South Boston Gear?
No, I don't actually. South Boston, I've only come to know you for the last couple of weeks. Nothing comes across to me from your personality as a troll. And Novus, even though he and I are going head to head tonight, I've spoken with Novus many times, and he and I have done sticker trades, and we've talked on the phone and everything. And he's a good guy, so I don't look at Novus as a troll either. Maybe as a treasure troll. I still have his picture pinned up on my on my previous video. So if you guys want to check out what Novus looks like,
nice. All right.
He gives Freddy Krueger nightmares.
Oh yes, indeed. I just did 12. I'm gonna break it up. 25 is a little hard for me to do right now. No, I'm not ripped. I hope I don't rip any muscles doing push-ups either.
Oh yeah, take it easy.
Creekside Cubing, have you purchased platinum or palladium?
I have not. I don't know enough about palladium. I don't have, the only platinum I have is my wedding band on my ring finger.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, so that's it. So the only metal that I really stack is silver and gold.
Oh, that's funny. None. Who's look at None's comment. Number of push-ups Sal can do. None. That's good. All right. Let's see here. Okay. Sal do squats for the ladies. There you go. Stacking nerd. Do some squats. Well, the times that I have showed myself doing push-ups, it always starts with a crotch shot. That's not it's not intentional. I'm just trying to get the camera set up so that I could doing that. So I apologize. Yankee Stacking, what is your concern, if any, in doing a full stack video?
Okay, so the one thing for me, and I was a bit apprehensive on doing this type of video. Sal, have you done a full stack video?
No, and it's kind of really hard for me since my collection's kind of dispersed, and a lot of my stuff is actually collection type stuff. So
okay. Yeah,
getting out the packaging and all that stuff would just be a nightmare.
A nightmare. So for me, I think what it came down to, and I'm going to be doing a full stack video, but I didn't want to come across as bragging. So that would be the first one, the first reason, Yankee. And the second, because, if you think about it, I mean, it is somewhat, it's a form of money. And so I feel like, people having a video showing off their cars or their houses or a table full of just fiat currency all over the place, I feel like it's kind of like showing off in some way. I know, though, that for us in the stacking community, it's a little bit different because we all work very hard for it. And it's almost like a mentality for stacking precious metals, and it's like wealth preservation for us. It's a way of life. I don't really look at it as a hobby, but I don't want to come across as bragging firstly. Secondly, a lot of my subscribers actually do happen to be friends of mine, colleagues of mine. and I don't necessarily want them to see what I own. However, I do see how there is a demand for full stack videos. And I do think that they tend to draw a decent amount of views. So, and I've received requests to do full stack videos. So I will be doing one. And that's my answer.
All right, very good. All right. Nice. Novus trolls you back. Yet you show off your nerd appeal.
Yeah, I do, apparel. Yeah, I do show off the nerd apparel, Novus, because it's not looking like I'm not showing off, right? If I'm showing off this Stormtrooper thing, you and about 98% of the people in here would be like, okay, that's great, good for you. But if I'm showing off, a table full of, let's say, gold coins or silver coins that cost about the same amount as this, people would, say, oh, that, that's a little bit more showy. You know what I'm Sal, you understand what I'm saying.
Say that again.
I said, do you understand what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
You weren't even listening to me.
I know. I was busy. Having seduced by silver. I was caught off guard. I was seduced by something else.
Yeah. It's all right. It's all right.
What do you think? Hey, shall we call a scammer now that
Heck yes.
Been off?
Yeah. Right. Go
Street
for it.
Consciousness. We're going to call ourselves a scammer. Let's see if we can get here. And actually, Textman81 emailed me a phone number. And this is a Microsoft scam. Supposedly, we get money back or something for tech support services or something. So we're going to see this and see what happens. He's not in here right now, but
I might have a phone number for you.
Okay, cool. All right.
Hold on 1 second.
We're calling this right now, though. We'll see. But yeah, if you got it, that's cool.
I have a number for you. This is all right. I'll send it to you in a private Google chat here.
Okay. All right. Hopefully they'll answer here. Let's see here. Get these people to answer. Come on. If not, I have some other numbers I collected earlier today.
Here, call.
Okay.
Here, I just sent you in our private Hangout chat. That number.
Hello? Yes? Is this Microsoft?
This is the Microsoft. Yes. Thank you for calling. This is the Microsoft refund department. How can I help you?
Yes. I heard about this. I'd like to get get a refund. How do I get the refund?
Yes. So you need to turn on your computer right now, okay?
Okay. I'm gonna turn it on. All right, just a second.
Okay,
it's taking me a little while. It's an IBM 386SX with 16 megabytes of RAM. It might take a little bit here, but so while it's booting up, I've got my associate here with me.
Yes.
And where he's here, and he's from the dark side, but that's okay.
I am. Go ahead, sir. So, hello. Hello. Who am I speaking with from Microsoft? Who is this? I cannot hear him, Sal.
Yes, we're gonna get the computer. It's booting up still, but tell us, tell us who you are real quick for my friend here. He wants to know who you are while we boot up the computer.
Your computer is on right now at the moment?
It's almost. No. It's just getting through DOS. It's getting through the DOS boot up sequence now. It's a 386SX, and that's a little bit higher than the DX series, but it's got a full 16 megabytes of RAM. So just pardon me why it goes through the auto.bat sequence. Almost there.
Your computer is at the moment.
I just told you that it's just finished the DOS boot up sequence. It's assessing autoexec.bat, and then it will go through config.sys, sir. Don't you hang up on me, you son of a motherless goat. We're going to call him back.
Here, wait, before you call the son of a motherless goat, call the number I just sent you.
Okay, all right. Let me see.
Trust me.
All right, let me get back here and find you.
This is one of the biggest scammers that keeps calling me.
Ah.
And I figured that this would be perfect. Do you see it in our private chat?
Yes, I recognize that area code too. I get him too. Is this a loan scammer?
This is a complete, this scammer has been hounding me nonstop.
Okay. I'll let you take the wheel on this one.
Thank you.
Sorry, but the person you called.
If you hang up, try again. Try one more time. This individual tends to. They typically will answer on the second try.
Okay.
Yeah.
Terry Rabidou's going to answer it, I think.
I hope the scammer picks up.
It's Novus.
It's Novus.
It's Novus. Oh my God.
He won't answer. He says he's at work. Yeah, all right. We'll call back the other guy. That was Novus, Sal.
That's funny. Oh my gosh. All right. Good thing I didn't say, because I do get numbers from that area code.
Nice. I like how you said, "Oh, I recognize this number is definitely a scammer." And I'm like, darn straight it is.
I recognize the area code. Let me get back to my clipboard here and grab that. We're going to call the Microsoft scam refund department, and then we're going to try to call Fast Pencil scam.
Oh,
Texted me the other day. It's a way to publish a book or something. It's crazy. All right, let's see here. My Sonia Brio is out of memory. Hello?
Oh, he double hung up on.
It might be the same guy. There's got to be somebody else there. We've got to get somebody else, I'm sure. I'll tell my computers. My computer's booted up now, sir. Hey, listen here, you martichode. Come here, Benachode, you chuchia. You chuchia. How many goats do you own? How many goats you have? Give me your curry, you martichode, you Benachode.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Very original. Let me find my cheat sheet that tells me what. You son of a prostitute. Come here, you son of a prostitute. Tell me something.
Oh.
Oh, now, since you said it the 17th time, that makes it much better than the first time.
You are a motherfucker.
Can you say it more like Dr. Dre, please?
Oh, he was angry.
He was angry. That makes me want to call him back.
You should. When you're calling, are you just doing everything through Google Hangouts?
Yeah, well, yeah, I've got another thing I do. Now we do have Nadine here too. We can try.
Thank you for calling refund department. My name is Tom. How may I help you?
Hello,
Hi,
Tom.
Tom. Oh, sorry, Salivate. Sorry. Go ahead, Salivate.
Oh yes, Tom. I was calling about this refund from Microsoft.
Yes.
How do I get the refund?
Okay. What was the amount you paid for the support last time? Do you remember?
It was like $340.
All right, no problem. Just be online.
Be online.
Do you remember do you remember when did you payment?
When did I pay? It was last week. Last Tuesday.
Last Tuesday?
Yes. And with some curry with it as well.
I'm sorry, I don't have this type of records.
No, it's there. Check your records. You don't recognize my voice. Check the records. It's there.
What's your last name?
The last name is Metal. It's actually Jewish. It's a Jewish last name. I have an Arabic first name.
Well, it used to be Metalberg.
Metalberg, that's right.
But then you cut it off.
Yeah. Sir, can you help me? What's that, Martichode?
Okay, do one thing.
Just do one thing? Let me write this down since it's just one thing.
You need to fuck each other. You need to fuck each other.
Who, me and Stacky Stormtrooper? No way. That helmet gets his helmet.
No, I can't operate while I wear my armor, Tom. I can't. It's too constrictive. Tom, have you ever worn? Did he hang up?
He's got us on hold. Listen to that on hold. Let's just.
I can't hear like your end too much. The volume is too low on the
Right.
when
Let
they're
me see if I
talking.
can increase the volume here.
We got to call somebody else, somebody better.
He's put us on a hold music. We're gonna enjoy the on hold music. You hear it?
I do. I like this music. Hopefully it's.
Oh wait.
Hopefully it's.
Hello. Yes. Are you there?
Hello.
Hello. Yes, ma'am. I was
Hello?
calling. I was calling about the Microsoft refund.
Okay.
How do we get it back?
Oh, my Microsoft refund.
Yes.
I paid $110 for that program.
Right. How do I get it back?
Oh, they fucked us.
Oh, they patched us through to each other. I see. I'm
They put
calling.
us on the phone together. Because
Yeah.
I break their balls.
That's right. What I'm doing is I'm
That's their
scamming
balls
them. I'm
too, so they plugged us together.
Yeah, they sure did. So what we're doing, we're calling and scamming them. So we're just keep calling the number back and scamming them. So keep doing it, guys. This is
That's
fun.
what I do all day long at work when I'm not doing nothing. Yes, I call them every day. About 300 phone calls a day I do.
Yeah,
Sal, you got to get this guy on your channel.
yeah. We're doing this live on YouTube now too. This is great.
Oh wow, no shit.
Yeah.
I can't do that on YouTube.
Hey, is the
Hey,
Martichote?
Tom, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, the Martichote is back online with us.
Tom, what are you up to?
Oh, hey Tom, your sister sucks camel cock.
All right, guys. Hey,
Motherfucker, you.
I know we got to keep the language a little bit low, but hey, I appreciate you all.
Fucking goat cock.
That's right. All right, guys. Well, we're gonna try to call the number back.
Tom, just
Here,
I don't think they're listening now.
fuck, man.
hang up on them.
All right, take it easy, guys. We'll see you.
I call all day too.
All right. Have a good one. We'll see you.
Man, he could have been a great person to have in on here, but then the guy kind of just went nuts.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right. Let's see. So you have another number for us?
No, I just gave you Novus's. He didn't pick up though.
All right. Let's try Nadine real quick here. This one we've had not such good luck with before, but we'll give it a shot. This is a loan scammer. Scammers don't like to be scammed. Weird. I know exactly. They sure don't, but we have fun.
It's because you're preventing them from doing their job.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
Is this Nadine?
I'm sorry.
Is this Nadine?
Who is this? I'm sorry.
This is Sal, but you can call me Salivate for short. I was calling about the loan. We had talked a while ago.
Oh, how are you? This is Nadine.
Yes, Nadine. Yes, good to see you. Good to talk to you. I've been trying to call you for a while. I wanted to talk to you about the loan program. I've got a business opportunity. I'm going to kind of run it by you for the loan. I have my business associate on the line with me.
Yes. Hi, Nadine. How are you?
I'm good. Yourself?
I'm well, thank you. Salivate, do you mind if I take over real quick?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Perfect. Nadine, can you please give us a little bit more specifics about your loan program?
Okay, so we have quite a few different products available.
Okay.
The most popular product, which is the MCA. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with that. Those are usually the merchant cash advance.
Yes.
We do have term loans. We have SBAs. We do equipment financing. If you're into real estate, we have something for that.
Okay.
We can do both secure and unsecure financing. But if you guys are looking for something short term,
yeah. So here's the thing, Nadine. I'm looking for a few short term loans and long term loans. Do you have a moment?
Yes, she does.
Okay, so Nadine, how familiar are you with the Star Wars movies?
I'm sorry?
The Star Wars movies. How familiar are you with the Star Wars movies?
I am not a science fiction person. No, not.
Oh, okay. Well, that's okay. I'll just tell you something real quick. In a couple of those movies, there was this thing known as the Death Star. Have you ever heard of the Death Star?
Don't know what that is. No.
Okay, so basically, it was a big base that was the size of a moon that had the power to eliminate entire planets. Now, what my associate Salivate Metal and myself are looking to do is trying to develop one of these smaller, I guess if you want to call it like a battle station, but on a much smaller scale. This would be something, if you're familiar with Epcot, we would do something about the size of that giant golf ball in Epcot, but it's going to be called the Death Star. And how big do your loans go? What's the maximum amount that my friend and I can borrow from you?
I have no clue what you're talking about in terms of stars and all of that.
Well,
Go ahead, Salivate.
Nadine, it's a Death Star, but it's full of life.
I'm not a Star Wars person.
It's very much full of life.
We're gonna Nadine, it's going Nadine, you're familiar with Epcot in Disney, yes?
Familiar with what?
Epcot Center, you know, the theme park in Disney, Epcot?
Okay, yes.
Okay, you know that giant golf ball thing they have? It looks like, I mean, okay, so we want to build something like that.
Talking about.
What's that?
She knows what you're talking about.
She knows what I'm talking about. Okay, so Nadine, we're looking to build condominiums, but it's going to be in this gigantic sphere, okay? And it's going to be futuristic. The technology is going to be off the hook, but it's going to be an expensive endeavor. So I'm curious as to how high your loans can go, because we're going to need to borrow quite a bit of money.
When you say quite a bit of money, what are you talking about? Are you talking about if you're looking for millions of dollars, then you guys are better off trying a bank?
No, it's about $120,000.
Correct. These are going to be low income, high technology, technologically advanced, low income condominiums. You know, like studio apartments, 1-bedroom apartments.
And Nadine, you'll like this. We're gonna have a little space for kids in there too, where they can go and like play with toys and stuff like that.
Totally, ball pits. We're gonna have a ball pit in there.
Where are you building this again? I'm sorry. Where are you building this?
We're looking at two different spots. Either Endor,
Tatooine.
or Tatooine.
Yeah.
My friend Salivate has a difficult time pronouncing it. It's Tatooine.
Yeah.
Which is which can be found in Idaho, or Endor, New Jersey.
I just lost brownie points with stacking Stormtrooper for missing.
Don't worry about it, Sal. That's okay, Salivate. So Nadine, how much money are we looking at here?
You currently have an existing business? Is there, because we need to see some type of income.
Yes. So actually, we do. My business associate and I, we run a very successful wrestling school for little people.
It's called the Waffen SS, and basically we make waffles for Stormtroopers.
Correct, and we train little people on how to wrestle.
And we also like since it's your baby there. How old is your daughter there, Nadine? How old is your daughter?
I'm sorry?
How old is your daughter?
She's a kid, infant.
She's an infant. Stacking Stormtrooper, my associate can teach her how to wrestle. I kid you not.
I mean, she will be a force to be reckoned with, Nadine. If she went to Salivate in my school, it's called Salivate Stormtrooper School of Wrestling for Little People. And it's a phenomenal program. We start kids as young as 9 months in this program. So here's what I'm thinking, Nadine. You give us a loan. We can allow your daughter to enroll for free in our wrestling school.
It'd be great. You'll love it.
Nadine, and you can join too. I mean, Again, we typically stick with little people, you know, like dwarves and stuff, because they have a hard time, acclimating to like everyday life. So we try to get them, situated there.
Yeah, dwarves, but he likes to call them little people.
I like to call them little people. I like to be politically correct. So Nadine, tell us how much can you lend us here?
Tell me about your company that you currently have. Tell me about the income for the business that you currently have.
Okay, so
we're thinking in about $88,000 a month.
Yes, 88,000, and that's on a slow month, Nadine.
Yeah.
These little people, I mean, they come in school buses by the hundreds, and we can't. Sometimes we have to turn them away. It's crazy.
So we need the little Death Stars to build up to put them in and kind of.
And that's the whole beauty of the Death Star thing that we're doing, this condominium thing, because we can.
Which are full of light, by the way.
And little people, they're smaller, so their apartments are going to be smaller, so we could fit more of them inside.
But no rebels allowed. No rebels.
None whatsoever.
This must be a joke, right?
But we'll take Nadine. We'd love to talk to Nadine. Hey, we can even take Nadine out for dinner one night. It'd be neat.
Yeah.
Our trip with the Echo Bell would be great.
Yeah. So Nadine, being that 88 grand is our our slow month, on our high months, especially in summer, we typically will bring.
Oh, what a perfect time to cut out Stacking Stormtrooper. It's like completely frozen. Are you still there, Nadine?
I'm here.
I'm sorry?
We connection for a moment. He can tell us what the good month is.
Yeah, Nadine, on a good month, can you hear me, Nadine?
Loud and clear.
Okay, perfect. So Nadine, on a good month, we bring in anywhere between $120,000 to $140,000. The summer months is actually our busy season because a lot of the little people, they're done touring with the circuses. And so they're looking for like summer gigs, and so sometimes they'll come to our school.
Touring with the circuses? I don't. You mean they're done touring with a circus? That's not true. Are you saying that most little people, they're at the circus as some type of show?
What's that?
You're getting in trouble now.
No, I couldn't hear what you said. What happened, Nadine?
Stereotyping. You said that they're all in the circus.
No. I said some of them, because a lot of them come from the entertainment industry. Nadine, we're promoters for entertainment. So when they're done doing their gigs, if you watch Game of Thrones, Peter Dinklage, he actually came through our school when he was about 18, 19 years old. So it's a lot of entertainment people too. People that are looking to get into the movies. So we bring in around $120,000 to $140,000 a month in the summer months. On our slow times, around 80 grand.
Okay, this is what I'm gonna say. All right.
Yep.
If you're looking for money, send the bank statements. I don't want to. I mean, it's useless if I don't see what you're doing. I've heard this a million times.
You've heard about the little people school?
And then the bank statements look like crap. So let's get the bank statements if you are serious and if this is a real conversation. I mean, if you are looking for money, because this sounds a little skeptical.
No, it's all
if you guys are looking for money, send the bank statement. I'm pretty sure I probably sent you an email. If you're whoever you say you are, I can't remember. I speak to so many people on a daily basis.
Right.
But for the fact that you have my cell phone number, it means that you probably have an email or something for me. So what you can do, if you are interested, you don't have to send bank statements, of course. Send the statements and let's take it from there. Because I can't give you any estimation as to what I can do for you if I don't see how healthy your statements are.
Right.
I've been through this a million times. Everybody's doing great. They're making 80, 100,000. And when you get the statements, they look like crap. So,
well, let me ask you this, Nadine. Let's just say, Nadine, hypothetically, if our balance sheet
have this conversation after I get the statement.
But you're not. If you want to be able to make a commission here and you want to do business with us, you have to answer another question for us, because there's plenty of other. Listen, Nadine, there's plenty of other people that have been in touch with us to talk to us about loans.
I don't want to talk about commission because you might not even be qualified for any money. So
but let's say we are qualified. Let's say we are qualified, Nadine. Would you like to go into business with us? I guarantee you. Look, listen. If I've taken the time to associate to get my other associate on the phone with me, he's across the nation, and to take the time to call you, how would we not be legitimate?
Exactly. Because
we've coordinated this call with my partner and I. This is something that's very serious. And so
come on, you don't know me, I don't know you, you're just a voice behind the telephone. This happens a lot.
Now
People
listen, Nadine,
call,
hey, listen.
I'm not saying you're fake, I'm just giving you an example. I'm on the phone all day.
Nadine,
okay?
Look, bottom line is,
gonna call me back.
Nadine, we believe in you.
Oh, totally. That's why we called you.
And we can tell you're a real person.
If you believe in me, let's get the bank statements. Let's see what you're qualified for. You don't have to take the offer once it's being made. You're not obligated to do anything.
I
If you don't like
understand.
the offer, hey, Nadine, I don't like it. Okay.
Nadine,
Let
Nadine, what's your email address?
Let me show you. Let me prove to you how much we believe in you, Nadine.
Yeah, go.
I believe in you. I like Mountain Dew. Nadine is in my heart. I do not have to fart. I believe in you.
Nadine, he doesn't do that often. He really wants to do business with you. He was impressed. My associate Salivate was very impressed with the information that you sent him. So I'm going to go ahead and send you our balance sheet and our bank statements. What's your email address, Nadine?
You got my number somehow, so just go back to that email.
I believe I got her email address. I'll look it up.
Do you have it? Okay, so we can send it to you. Listen, Nadine, if it goes to your spam or junk folder, you got to make sure you keep checking because it might say sent from the Death Star or sent from a galaxy far, far away. You're going to want to make sure that you check in there because if it goes into your spam...
far, far away. You know what? You sound so familiar. The fact that I had this conversation with someone months ago who came with the same thing you're telling me.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
that person has to be a genius.
Nadine, has anybody ever sung to you? Has anybody ever sung to you before though, like me?
I'm sorry, I don't even know who you are.
Has anybody ever sung to you? I'm Salivate, for short. Has anybody ever?
Is that even a name?
Yes, that's Salivate. He comes from Sicily.
That's your name.
My name is Stacking Trooper.
I'm at home with my kids. You want to talk? Call back between the hours of 9 and 5. I gotta go. Thank you.
Oh man, Nadine.
Nadine, we're gonna miss you. We're gonna miss you.
Oh my God. And the thing is that she actually, if it were me, I would have gotten it for the first 2 seconds that we were jiving. You know, she didn't get it until just now. You know?
Oh my God, it took her quite some time.
That's the problem with these.
And the thing is, she apparently had this conversation before. So apparently somebody from a galaxy far, far away has been in touch with her. So I have to find who my doppelganger is out there.
Exactly. Oh man, crazy guy. All right, well guys, hey, we had fun here. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and say goodnight now, but because I know Stacking Stormtrooper is going to have his live stream.
Yeah, you know what? Let me just, I'm going to quickly show my screen and then we'll go.
Okay, all right.
Guys, tonight, because I broke the 500.
Oh, it cut out again. Dang it.
How do you know if I'm cutting out?
Because it just freezes. It just stops.
Am I back on now?
Yeah, you're back on now.
Okay. So, guys, because I hit the 500 subscriber milestone, there's going to be some giveaways this evening as well. I'm just going to turn my camera around so you guys can kind of see some of what we've got here. So I've got about 4 or 5 prizes that I will be giving away. And the sponsored giveaway most likely will be given by Novus Stacker. So you're going to want to make sure that you tune in for the fireworks. It's going to be a great collaboration between Novus and myself. We're going to have a bunch of giveaways, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And Sal, I want to tell you again, I really appreciate you having me on this evening. It's really, really appreciated that you took the time to have me on a smaller channel, try to give me some, some exposure. And what you're doing for the community is great. You know, it's hard for all of us up and coming channels, and it's really, really appreciated. So I want to thank you.
Well, thank you, sir. It was an honor to have you. And I've gotten some emails from others, and I hope to work things out with them to get them on as well. So I appreciate you, Stacking Stormtrooper, and subscribe to Stacking Stormtrooper. The link is in the description of this video. And I appreciate him being on. It looks like he's frozen up here again. But thank you all so much for being here. A multitude of gratitude to you all for watching. And I encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe. And remember, here's the advice of the day: to keep your feet on the stars and keep reaching for the ground. Take care, all.
Thank you, everybody.